Well, if you watched the show last night, you know that Jeff told you Kiké Hernandez was going to be a Dodger probably by Friday, probably by Saturday. Turns out it was even sooner. Kiké is back. Muncy is staying. We got a Dodgers news dump out of, what is it, Cactus League Media Day here on this edition of All Dodgers. Yeah, I'm at you live from my home studio in beautiful La Puente, California. I don't know why my camera is all messed up, but we fixed it there. Part of the Bleav Network, a podcast presented by FanDuel. My name is Clint Pasillas. Find me as Real FRG on the social media. That guy, too. My screen right is Jeff Snider. Give him a follow at Snydog on the social media. And Jeff, officially, pitchers and catchers report tomorrow. Today was Cactus League Media Day. People had their opportunities to talk to Doc, but before any of that even kicked off, we got Kiké back. As you told everybody, as we've been saying all offseason, Kiké Hernandez will be back in a Dodger uniform, but he is back officially, and I will put up a screen that tells everybody as much while you give us your thoughts and reactions.
Yeah, like you said, nobody is surprised by the news. It was all just a question of when, not if. And really, that was what I said last night, was that the signing of Evan Phillips told us the when, because now the Dodgers have somebody put on the 60-day IL to make room for Kiké. And so the only thing I got wrong was that I didn't know that the 60-day IL opened up today. I thought since Dodgers pitchers and catchers don't report till tomorrow that it would be tomorrow. But you know what? I guess it was today because the Dodgers did officially put Evan Phillips on the 60-day IL to make room to sign Kiké. And then if they need the roster spot, they will immediately put Kiké on the 60-day IL at some point. But that's only if they need the roster spot.
Yeah, you would have to assume at this point the roster is complete. I don't even know if they necessarily, like player-wise, needed Kiké Hernandez. They got a lot of tools and a lot of talent and all that stuff that I usually say way too much for that one guy. But you need Kiké Hernandez for other reasons. You need him for the clubhouse presence, for the vibes, for the Keektober and all that kind of stuff. Whether you are a believer in Keektober or not, you need that kind of stuff around. And speaking with everybody's favorite Dylan Hernandez on the Dodgers territory today, I agree with one of the things he said, where it's like they owed it to the players to let them try to run it back again. You saw it with Mickey Rowe. You saw it with Kiké Hernandez now. And then once again, you sprinkle in a little bit of talent with Edwin Diaz and Kyle Tucker joining the roster. We'll say it, Dodgers are ruining baseball, and they are primed to three-peat this year. And I'm excited, man. This is... I've already been excited. Kiké doesn't change it too much for me, but I'm just happy to know that it's done. The final two pieces that we wanted back are lovable little, baby boys. They're back with E-Philly and Kiki, which people hate it when I say Kiki.
Yeah, they do, including me. Yeah. And that's without even mentioning Mickey Ciani. Like, Dodgers just ruining baseball all over the place. Yeah, but there was a time earlier this offseason when we were discussing this, and you were pretty confident that the Dodgers wouldn't bring back both Miggy Rowe and Kiké.
Yeah, I thought they might, explore using Alex Friedland and giving Hye-Sung Kim an opportunity. Like I said, I don't know that they necessarily need Kiké as a baseball player, but he's here.
And the fact is, he's injured right now.
Yeah.
He's not ready to play right now anyway. And so it seems like there's, at least a 50-50 chance that by the time Kiké is ready, one of Miguel Rojas or Alex Friedland or Hye-Sung Kim or Tommy Edman is injured, right?
Yep.
I mean, just the nature of being a Dodger fan has us accustomed to the fact that somebody's going to get hurt. And so, it's kind of the same as with Evan Phillips. It's like, you know what, We'll figure out how he fits when he's actually ready to play. For now, it's just money. Let's just get this guy back on our team. And, right now you get all the Kiké vibes without having to worry about where's he going to play, because he can't play anyway. It's just vibes right now. And that sometimes that's what Kiké is best at,
And that was also one of the things I've been saying in more recent vintage is, like, if they are going to re-sign him, which at some point in the offseason we knew they were going to re-sign him. It was, as I've said a number of times, the worst kept secret in baseball. If they were going to do it soon enough for him to at least be at spring training. He needs to be in that clubhouse at Camelback Ranch. If he can't play, his second best job is bringing the team together, him and Miggy Rowe to a very large extent, bringing that team together. Mike is in the chat saying he agrees with me, by the way. Didn't think both of them were coming back. Mike Salas is out there at Camelback Ranch right now getting a bunch of really good video and images and all that kind of stuff of your World Series champion Dodgers, and I saw a real cool one. I was going to try to plug it into the scene, into the scene of Edwin Diaz throwing a baseball, because we haven't seen a whole lot of that. Edwin Diaz throwing a baseball for your Dodgers. It's pretty cool. It's wild. It's absolutely wild that happened.
Yeah, that's one of the fun parts of spring training, especially at the beginning, is getting to see the guys in Dodger blue for the first time. Mm-hmm. And Edwin Diaz has worn Dodger blue plenty because the Mets stole Dodger blue from the Dodgers. So, but it's not Dodger blue.
Yeah.
Both. Like Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman, both of them, the first time they showed up at Dodger spring training in their Dodger blue, I printed out the picture 3 times at an 8x10 and went through the 8x10 frames of my kids in my living room. I replaced them all with those guys. I'm not going to do that with Edwin Diaz. It's not quite there for me, but that's the exciting part of spring training. It's like, hey, we know this guy's a Dodger. We watched the press conference, but seeing like he's out there throwing a baseball and he's wearing a Dodger uniform or Dodgers workout clothes, at least. It's an exciting thing. Spring training gets old pretty quickly, but this part's still exciting.
Absolutely, yeah. This and the first game, the lid lifter, and not even like the final day at spring training. That's not even an exciting day because you can just tell everybody is done. They are done with it. They want to go home. They want to get back to their regular lives. They've already been in Glendale for a month at that point, a month and a half. But
at least this year they don't have to play spring training games after having already played regular season games like the last 2 years. So.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Another one, I don't know how many people had this on their bingo cards, at least the timing of it. We all assumed at some point the Dodgers and Max Muncy would remain together, remain in partnership, but the Dodgers decided to go ahead and just get that out of the way, offering up a 1-year contract extension for the 2027 season, if there is one, which there will be, but guaranteed $10 million, $7 million is the contract, $3 million buyout, and there's also another option for 2028. I love this for Max. 35 years old now. At some point he could start to slide into, kind of a utility role or bench role, whatever it may be. We've talked about this before. You have a 26-man roster. You can get away with, if there's, I don't think with Max it's ever going to be like he's wasting a roster spot. I think the bat and the eye will always find a way to play, especially
because he's left-handed. So he's like 80% part of the platoon.
Yeah, this is fair. And yeah, if it does eventually end up a platoon, which numbers say maybe it probably potentially should be a platoon, but then again, he also had a streak last year where he was going off against left-handed pitching. But did you have this on your bingo card? The extension happening before pitchers and catchers officially report?
No, honestly, I hadn't given a lot of thought to it, but if I had been forced to guess, I probably would have guessed mid-season sometime.
Yeah.
It would be a in-season thing, either while he was struggling. Remember that a couple of years ago, he was struggling when they announced an extension for him. It was kind of their vote of confidence for him. Like, hey, we want you here to, keep doing your thing. So something like that, or, when he gets named to the All-Star team, by the way, we're extending him too. But spring training isn't surprising that he's a guy. The fact that he keeps signing for so little money just tells me there's no way he's ever going to play. Oh, did I freeze up or did you freeze up?
He froze up.
Sorry.
But we waited.
Good.
Way.
On the Dodgers end, they're showing the loyalty that, that they show to these guys. And obviously there will be a limit. And one of the nice things about a contract this inexpensive is if he stops being any good at baseball, they can just cut him or tell him his back hurts and put him on the IL, whatever it is. It's like, okay, we're not paying him a ton of money. We're not losing anything. And so they can just they can afford to just keep being loyal to him. And I like that.
He's like, you look real sick there, Maxwell. I tell you. I don't know why they turned some.
It's like in 2017 when Cody Bellinger got called up. He originally got called up because Jock Peterson got hurt.
Yeah.
But then he played so well. He was just going to be an outfielder for 2 weeks while Jock was out. But he played so well that the Dodgers kind of had to force the issue with Adrian Gonzalez and say, hey, Adrian, that back of yours, it's time to take care of that or whatever it is.
Yeah, your back hurts real bad, buddy.
Yeah, made room for Bellinger. And so, yeah,
that's a good point.
There's always room to do that sort of thing.
Raul in the chat with $1.99 super chat. Thank you very much, Raul, saying Muncy signed because he loves the Dodgers and taking less money. It's not something you see in modern sports. Everybody wants the highest dollar. I'm sure, MLBPA isn't the most thrilled with it, but he's playing where he wants to play, and you got to respect that. And if he's somebody who, Alana and I were talking about it, dude has made enough money in his career. He's going to be fine. I know I would be very happy making $7 million just to be on the Dodgers roster. I don't think I would be as productive as Max Muncy. Breaking news. But he'll be around, and whatever. What is $10 million option for 2028? Great deal for both sides. Keeps him happy, keeps Dodgers fans happy, and keeps a clutch bat in that lineup. That's the most important part to me.
When you said gotta respect that, I thought we were going to jump back into Adam Sandler CD quotes.
Respect.
Walk in front of a freaking truck, Sammy.
Oh, that's pretty good. I will say our friends over at FanDuel that it didn't all the moves today didn't really move the needle very much when it comes to the World Series odds. I think you had mentioned this last night. Plus 210 favorites. Dodgers remain plus 210 favorites to win the World Series in 2026, making it 3-peat. Of course, we appreciate that. I'm still just shocked at the absolute disrespect on this list for the Toronto Blue Jays. Like, yeah, I understand they had a couple of injuries. Shane Bieber is going to be held back a little bit. Anthony Santander most likely missing majority of the season. Another one of their pitchers having Tommy John, but not like one of their frontline dudes. No respect. They're not even a top 6 favorite to win the World Series.
Although they are tied with those two bottom teams there. The Blue Jays are also at plus 1,600. There's just not room for them on without clicking the show more arrow.
Yeah, I wasn't looking for that. I was looking to complain and show off my.
Hey, I think plus 1,600 is plenty of disrespect for the team that came 2 inches from winning the World Series just a few months ago.
That's a quarter inch at most, maybe like a 16th of an inch. Now, let's see. Well, 3/8. I'm gonna go 3/8. Everybody, lock it in. It was 3/8 of a cleat of a spike.
Royale with cheese.
History man. I don't know what this chat is about, but we're going to read it together. Hey guys, this is chat from All Dodgers on YouTube talking about spreading the game to Antarctica. I think it's a great idea. What about you? Oh yes, we got to work on that right away, sir. I see.
Yeah, somebody earlier said that the Dodgers are going to be the first team to open the season in Antarctica.
Yeah.
In 2028. So
probably. Yeah. It happens, we gotta bring baseball to Antarctica. The other things, I don't know if it's a shocking or not shocking thing. Not a whole lot out of Media Day from Dave Roberts, or at least the things that any of the prominent beat writers tweeted about. Unsurprisingly, Dave Roberts confirmed the Dodgers plan on running with a 6-man rotation. This from William Plunkett of the Orange County Register. Also pointing out there, like you could throw in, you can make a whole show title out of Dave Roberts, or an article. Dave Roberts reveals plan for or pitching plan for Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Roki Sasaki, who are going to be basically once a week starters, and they were particularly Yama was exceptional in that role last year. I guess everybody else had their successes as well and some failures, but. No surprises. From my end. What do you think?
Yeah, of course it's going to be a 6-man rotation. I mean, even last year, it was basically a 6-man rotation the whole year. It was just a different 6th man every time through for a lot of the season. But Yamamoto was healthy the whole season and only made 30 starts. Like, that tells you that's they're doing at least a 5.5-man rotation there, and I think that's probably what we'll see here. Whoever the sixth starter is, will probably, if there's a week where the Dodgers have 2 days off, maybe that sixth starter gets that time, gets passed in the rotation that time through, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a 6-man rotation that probably has 8 guys pitching in it at different times, and it just makes all the sense in the world, especially with the roster advantage the Dodgers have with one of their pitchers not counting as a pitcher on the roster.
Yeah. I did this a lot last offseason. I don't know why I didn't really make it much of a narrative of mine this offseason, probably because the Dodgers had a lot more pitching, starting pitching. Starting pitching was good last year into the postseason and into the offseason, and then you get better by just getting healthier. But looking at the calendar, they only play one Thursday game in the month of April, so you can really kind of baby your starting rotation, take some liberties there, like we saw them do early in the season last year. I think from what I saw, they have a lot of Thursdays off in general. Yeah, this is the year of a lot of thirsty Thursdays off, which I appreciate because I am somebody that enjoys going to the bar on Thursday or enjoys going to Rancho Quakes, now Ontario Tower buzzer games for Thirsty Thursday games. But yeah, early in the season, they'll be able to manipulate that rotation, probably get away with not really missing somebody like Blake Snell very much. And if there does end up being like a bullpen game or two in there, I'm gonna laugh and I'm gonna enjoy the frustration of people. But who cares? It's April.
Yeah, and I think we'll see some of that too, because the flip side of what I was talking about, how they might skip the 6-man if they have 2 days off, they also might have a spot starter once in a while and kind of do a de facto 7-man rotation. Enigma pointed out in the chat that basically Ohtani's whole career, he has been on a 6-man rotation schedule, a once a week schedule, whether his team was or not when he was pitching for the Angels. But Ohtani was pitching once a week, and you can do that when you've got Ohtani and Yamamoto and Roki, 3 guys who come from the league where they do kind of do a once a week schedule for starting pitchers. And then the other 3 are Blake Snell, injury history, Tyler Glasnow, injury history, and who's the other one I'm forgetting?
I'm missing where you were at.
The 3 Japanese guys, and then Snell and Glasnow. Oh, and then whoever that's
beyond that, it would be Roki, it would be Sheehan, it would be guys, well, Emmett Sheehan, River Ryan, Gavin Stone, those would be the main.
And so all, whether it's guys coming back from injury, guys with injury history, or guys who pitched in Japan, every one of these guys would probably benefit from pitching once a week. And I don't hate that idea at all, because it lays things out really well for the Dodgers.
That's the modern game. It tells you what, somewhere Don Drysdale's rolling over in his grave when we're talking about guys pitching once a week. But that's how it is. It works out for these dudes who are throwing a million miles an hour and all that kind of stuff. The season is around the corner. I just wanted to put this one up because I'm excited about it. This means baseball is that much closer. Single game tickets are now on sale for the Dodgers. We don't get a kickback from this, but that's cool. We are going to be planning probably at least 2 game meetups for the channel. You have to be a part of the Discord to know what's going on. Usually it's somebody like Diane in the chat will help wrangle everybody up and know where to go and all that kind of stuff. But you have to be part of the Discord to know when we are going out to games to watch and meet up and have beers and all that kind of stuff. Check it out; it's over my head. If you want to,
I like that.
If you want to scan that QR code to support us on Patreon or click the join button here on YouTube, $5 a month. Supports the show and gets you in on the Discord, where you could be a part of an awesome community of Dodgers fans, but at the same time, potentially hang out with us and, do a meetup. Showtime says, why does Jeff look so dumbfounded? Why do you look so dumb?
I don't know. I don't know that I look dumbfounded, but I have been found dumb several times, but I don't feel dumbfounded. I might just be tired. Do I look tired? Because I'm definitely tired.
I feel that. I feel that. This is my my second show of the day. I also did flesh job somewhere in there. I'm sick today, so I'm feeling it, and I'm prepping to do some more stuff for the Foul Territory tomorrow, covering all of the Grapefruit League Media Day stuff. It's all on Zoom, so check it out. We'll be live on a whole bunch of channels with managers and players of presidents of baseball operation.
Not to mention you're still tired from all the whining last night about me going 36 minutes or whatever.
You can't help yourself.
So much whining.
Yeah. The insubordination. Mike,
my name's on this thing, man.
Mike talking about River Ryan. We got some video, of course, of River Ryan out there. One of the guys we are very excited about. One of the young boys, young supple Dodgers pitchers. He's not supple anymore. He thick. Very much looking forward to seeing him get into some games there at Camelback. I forget if you have decided if you are going to any spring training games.
I haven't decided. It's going to depend on whether or not my son is playing in any tournaments down there, because I don't think I'm going to make a trip just for spring training. But obviously, if my son is playing, I'll go watch him and I'll catch some spring training while I'm there.
It's bold. It's bold. Make it about your son. What a good dad. I saw something about the DMV. You went to the DMV today?
Yeah. You didn't watch the whole show last night?
No.
That when I was talking about how
I woke up from a coma, and I heard you on in the living room because Mrs. FRG put you on. So then I hopped on to start complaining when I saw how long the show had been already going. And then, anyways.
Anyway, when I was telling people why it was going to be a shorter show than usual, the reason was because I had to be up earlier than usual this morning because I had to go to the DMV before work. So, but the DMV went very well. It was super fast. It opened at 8. I got there at about 8:15, and like the lady at the desk who's handing me my number, before she'd even finished handing the number to me, the speaker was announcing that it was my turn. And so I grabbed my number and walked straight across to booth 13 and did my business. I was there for less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, you got to do that after you get your third DUI. Everybody knows. That the Welch's grape, it gets you.
Grape Welch's, baby.
Yeah. It gets you. Everybody, hit that thumbs up button if you hate the DMV. Even though I will say, DMV has come a long way. It's come a long way. Yeah. You could do it. I don't know if you're able to do it in your neck of the woods, and this will be the end of DMV talk. But when I had to go update my my driver's license because 40, you're able to check in on the phone, and I checked in before I even got there, knowing that I would be there in about X amount of minutes, and I literally sat down and my number was up maybe 2 or 3 minutes later. So that was really, really cool. Other things, let's get back into actual Dodger talk before signing off. The Tortas will be sad because Anthony Banda is officially no longer a Dodger. I use the Twins the Twins tweet here, but he goes to Minnesota for money, international bonus pool money, something the Dodgers could use because I think they lost. Didn't they lose most of their money signing for like 2 years signing Sasaki last year?
Yeah. Well, no, that was just 1 year, but
was it?
You can't share it from year to year, but they're losing money. They lost money for Diaz and Tucker this year.
That's right.
It's draft picks and international signing money that you lose. And so, I think they lost $1.5 million between those two signings, maybe even $2 million. I don't remember if it was $1 million for each, or I know the first one was $1 million and the second was either another $1 million or $500,000.
$1 million. Do you like this move for Banda? I think there's an opportunity here with in the Twin Cities.
Yeah, I mean, being on a bad team is always a good position to be in if you're, a veteran who doesn't get paid a lot. Bonda's going to get playing time. He's going to get to be a key part of that bullpen. And obviously it's not going to be as fun as winning back-to-back World Series and going for a three-peat. But he's going to get to play. And, that's good for him.
Man, they're a lot worse. I felt like the Twins weren't terrible.
Remember, they traded
long ago?
everybody except Byron Buxton at the trade deadline last year. They just traded everybody.
That's right. Tough for them. But good opportunity. Hopefully our hero, our two-time champ, World Series champ, can pitch well enough to get himself a nice job elsewhere. Nice little free agent contract. Last thing that is kind of Dodgers worthy of the day. This one, Dodgers add to their list of 32 now 33 non-roster invitees, signing veteran second baseman Keston Hiura to a minor league deal with the invite to spring training. You'll notice the numbers say he's a 298 career batting average along with 120 homers at the minor league level. Not as good at the big league level, but if I can recall, he spent a lot of time with the Brew Crew, right?
Yeah, he spent his first 4 years with the Brewers, and
I think he was somebody who was kind of like he has a pretty good glove. No? Question mark?
Not that I don't think so. You might be confusing him with somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Who does.
The numbers,
yeah.
The numbers aren't. But I'm probably thinking of like a Colton Wong, if we're being real.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's played parts of 6 seasons, and he has 0.9 career WAR. For me, the reason that I'm just saying Keston Hiura is going to be AAA depth and nothing else, his career strikeout rate is 35.9%. His best was his rookie year. It was only 30.7%. Like 35.9, that's...
So... Woof.
That's real bad,
Woof.
Yeah. So I just have a hard time seeing him. I feel like he's been out of the big leagues for a reason, and he's going to remain out of the big leagues, and that's okay. But you know what? It's news. It's something. I'm just pulling up to see. When I say 35.9 is his career strikeout rate,
I think that's you said.
Yeah. Last year, Hae-Sung Kim, who struck out a ton, was a lot better than that. Austin Barnes was better than that. Michael Conforto was significantly better than that. Teoscar Hernandez, significantly better than that. When your career strikeout rate is 10 percentage points worse than Teoscar Hernandez's 2025 strikeout rate, you're not a good hitter. Yeah. And so, other than the fact that he can't hit and he can't field, I think he's a heck of a ball player.
Hey, Ray asking the real questions. Can he bunt? They did DFA Ronnie Roves, so they need their designated bunter, even though hopefully Rortvedt ends up back in the organization. Richie thinks he'll be cleaning the clubhouse after a second week of spring training. Now he'll probably end up back with like the Colorado AAA team. Hey, he had a nice year at AAA Albuquerque last year, 272, 21 dingers. Might be.
What was his OPS? 875 in a hitters league.
Yeah.
He does have 2 career sacrifice bunts in his big league career, 0 in his minor league career, and 3 in college. So he has sacrifice bunted 5 times in the last 10 seasons, 11 seasons.
We love the sacrifice bunt. That's our thing. That's how you win championships. Everybody knows this. I saw a chat I wanted to pop up before we eventually sign off here. No reason to go exceptionally long on today's show. It was just a news
super chat start rolling in. Come on, guys.
I don't know. Oh, Mr. Buddha says early podcast must mean Clint and pals are heading to the woods for a drunken bear hunt. No, not doing any camping until May. It's been a long time.
We kicked around the idea of doing an afternoon show today. Our schedules didn't quite line up, and by the time we could have done it, it would have been nice to jump on when all this stuff was breaking news. Yeah. And once that had passed, we're like, okay, let's do it this evening. And then my schedule didn't work for an early show, so we were going to go after Spiegel and Co. were done. But then my schedule changed, and so we decided let's go pre-Spiegs, as we call it, and and here we are. And we still got 35 minutes till Spiegel and Co. start. So
but I said,
get those super chats rolling in. I
said we were not going past 32 minutes. I'm holding that. I'm holding myself accountable. I'm holding you accountable for this.
But what else did you say? You said unless the super chats roll in.
We did get $4.99 from Grayson that I was not going to miss. He says, unrelated, I'm moving to Ontario, California. Need a place to live. I promised I'm a decent guy. We'll go live at the Tower Buzzers facility.
In the parking lot.
Yeah, the parking lot. Everybody loves the parking lot at in Ontario. Question mark.
Yeah.
Dry Protoss, $3. Say, did someone say super chats?
Yes, we did.
I will end it. Even if we're mid-sentence, I am ending it when I see 32 minutes on the live. And right now it says 30-30. So that's where we're at. This is the point of pride. How JY Kim wants to see Jeff, Clint, and Kevin camping show. You don't strike me as somebody that would be okay camping.
It depends on what kind of camping we're doing. It seems like you're not doing really rugged camping.
Oh, no.
Like, I just need to be comfortable, but mostly I just need somewhere to plug in my CPAP, and so
we have
as long
battery
as
packs.
Yeah, as long as I've got a way to plug in the CPAP, I could do it. I'm old and I'm fat, and so sleeping on the ground ain't it. But if I've got something comfortable to sleep on and something to plug my CPAP into, I can sleep pretty much anywhere.
Everybody always says the whole sleeping on the ground thing. I've got like a 23-inch off the ground air mattress, air bed.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's my kind of camping.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, glamping is what we call it. Richie says, wow, both Clint and Jeff going hard in the paint, ignoring me in the chat. I put it up for two reasons. One, all the words were accurate, so good job, Richie. But also, I'm pretty sure we
spelled correctly.
That's
weird.
That's more so what I meant. I guess they're less accurate because I've mentioned him at least twice.
Wait, who is this?
It was Richie.
Richie who? Oh, not familiar.
Here's $4.99 from Ray. It just has a hand and money. So those are emojis, and this is what happens.
Like
31.57. But now the super chat happened, so now I gotta.
Yep.
Now either way, we do appreciate the super chats, but I
told the Discord $1 equals 1 minute, and so I think that
I'm gonna turn off the chat right now. I'm gonna turn off the chat.
See that's what you're. Like, it's too bad that you're running this one because, like, you could just leave, Yeah. You just put it on me solo. I'll just keep talking, but I wouldn't be able to put chats up on the screen or anything.
You want to know how this channel grew in its first year? Was I had very short, concise content each day from spring training, and the people like that. Now, we also like our people who like this, whatever.
The people like getting to know our personalities, Clint.
Is that what these are?
Well, when Kevin's not here, yeah, there's...
Ow.
Rude.
You're gonna get a DM about that one. At any rate,
poor Dennis.
It feels like it's about time. OCJ is
Dry
right.
Protoss says sometimes a hammock hits real nice. I am definitely past the hammock.
I know exactly
age.
what you're doing right now. Oh yeah,
I am.
I don't think I was ever in the hammock age. It sounds frightening.
Yeah. My sons both have hammocks in their bedrooms, which is nice. They just chill in the hammock and read a book or whatever. Yeah, I don't know that I don't know if I could get in a hammock without like it spinning around like a cartoon and I end up twisted up and
I will do a 4-hour show if you try to get in a hammock. 5-hour show.
All right. Like on video?
Yeah. No, it needs to be fully recorded.
Yeah.
Multiple angles, top down. We need to see it all. Nicole says it would be abuse of power to turn off your chat. Thought you were better than that. No, I wouldn't do that, but I will.
What's young you talking about Raising Arizona?
Oh,
is that a response to something else? That's maybe my favorite movie of all time.
Dry Protoss says, "Wait, Clint has a personality, or right, personality."
Oh, you spelled something wrong. Who do you think you are, Richie?
Well, would you look at the time, guys? We appreciate you hanging out with us here on this
Super Chat
shorter edition of the All Dodgers podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hanging out with us here on this, Thursday edition of the show. There's a little bit of news, but pitchers and catchers officially report tomorrow. We're going to get more video. We're going to get more stuff out of Camelback Ranch, and that is always fun. All Dodgers is presented by FanDuel, part of the Bleav Network podcast. That guy is Jeff, and he won't be able to bully me anymore. I am Clint Pasillas. Find me as Real FRG on the social media, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.